Okay. Okay. So my phone up there just swapped. I need to have it over here so I can see it. So anyway, um, so I in 2004, that's how I got into from the police. When I got on the run from the police in 2004, what happened is the feds was already involved, and that's because of those fake IDs that I had. And they were seeing what else was going on. And they had all of my friends under surveillance. So, and that's because they had federal situations going on. So that's why when everybody say, how you think the feds got into your life, who was you hanging with? I was hanging with people on Fed territory, but I wasn't on Fed territory so that I knew. See, I thought that I was not used to making friends like that. And I didn't know that having those IDs was federal. I thought that's the state, and it's not nothing because you ain't doing it. I thought it's what you do with the ID, because they had told me having the ID ain't illegal. It's only if you present it. They lied. See, the devil is a liar, and he's a father thereof. And so since I had never heard of that before, didn't know nothing about that, even though my sister Sharon was a brilliant criminal for her time, I had never even seen her know nothing about no fake ID. I never heard about that at all. So even though I had them and knew the connection, I thought, well, they sell it in the mall. It can't be nothing bad to it. They sell it in the mall. I didn't think anything was wrong. Anything at all was wrong with it. They told me it's only a crime if you take novelty ID off the back of it. As long as you leave that on the back, it's not a crime for you to have it. I said, okay. So they told me how to take the novelty ID off the back, and that was that. So I'm on the run from the police. I am using Gwanda's name to my friends. If we ever get stopped by the police, you tell them what my name is. So everybody knew my name to the police. Everybody that I was with, everybody knew I was on the run, this and the other. So things got bad, out of control. When you on the run from the police, you don't have no friends. You don't have no friends because you can't trust nobody, especially if you got money. And so I didn't have the money that I could have had because I was spending money fast as I made it doing stupid stuff. Going to Atlanta with Trav, buying him new Jordans, going to get rings, going to get hotels, spending money in hotels, just leaving stuff everywhere, not caring nothing about it because I'm not paying for it. So I don't care. I can go in the store. Before I went to jail, I took my churn over to Trina House. I spent $1,000 on them in the store. Didn't care. Bought whatever games they wanted. Bought everybody clothes. Stacked up groceries. I didn't have no thought for what I was doing because I didn't care. It wasn't my money. I wasn't working for it. I got it easy and I spent it easy. And I learned later in life that when you make money the wrong way, it don't last. It go fast as you get it and you don't ever see it. It's not like that. I don't care what anybody tell you, what crime they committing. If you committing crime and you got money, it ain't going to last. Something gonna tear up, something you gonna need to pay for something. You gonna fall behind on this, you gonna fall behind on that. It ain't gonna never work right because you didn't get it honest. And the Lord ain't gonna bless you. So the money that I had, I already knew that. So I wasn't trying to save it. I'm not trying to buy no house. I ain't have it like that, but I had enough money to do what I wanted to do. I wasn't rich. I ain't never been rich. I wasn't making no serious money like that. But I had the means to, if me and my dude want to go out for the weekend, I can put my hands on a couple of $1,000s for us to go out. Or I can make sure we got a nice rental car. So that means I got to put my phone, I got to play this all over again so it could be catch up my recording. Because when I be getting in the tub, they be doing all kind of stuff. That's why this one went off. So let me come back, play this over again, and then I'm gonna catch it up. So let me see. Anything. And I was teriyaki. But it was the Lord. So So my phone up there just swapped. I need to have it over here so I can see it. So anyway, so in 2004, that's how I got into the selling electronics field. And so, like I said, I got sentenced to prison for 8 years by Judge Early in Aiken, South Carolina in 2004. And I went to Leith Correctional Institution. Now, I said I was going to talk about the Wood situation and how that came about. So in 2004, I was very young, very wild. I was like 28, somewhere in there. And I was very wild. Let me see, I was born in 77, and in 2004, that's 27 now. So I was very wild, and but I never got into doing any drugs, no drugs whatsoever. I think when I was going with Raymond, I wanted to do drugs when I broke up with him, when me and him broke up. But God has a sense of humor. And so what happened is I went with a friend of mine back then. I don't want to call him out in this. But I went with a friend of mine that did do drugs. I met him that night, and we were going to go out and party and have a good time. So I had met up with him, and he told me, "Oh, I got this guy. I'm gonna go see and I'm gonna, get high or whatever." And I was like, "Oh, okay, I'm going too." And he was like, "Oh no, I do something different." So when I seen that he did powder, I said, I'm gonna try. And so he said, all right. So when we got down there, God has a sense of humor. Well, God knows I don't like to use the bathroom. So they took a few bumps and they started going to the bathroom. And I said, I'm not going to pay for no laxative. I just got dressed and took a bath. I was funny back then and they thought it was hilarious. But God used that to protect me even back then. God was with me. See, I was very gullible, impressionable, and the devil knew that even then, the devil knew that I was chosen, and that even then, everywhere I went, even when I was doing wrong, people would say, I don't know about her, man. She got an aura around her. It was the Holy Spirit. Everybody said that my whole life. I got those two things my entire life. You are bright and you got an aura around you. I can't put my hands on it. But it was the Lord. It was the Lord. And so I knew that even though I was doing something wrong, I knew that I only could go so far. I knew that the Lord, I still had a conscience. And so I knew that what I was doing, that my conscience, it wasn't going to let me go but so far. I couldn't go out there and I couldn't do drugs. I couldn't do all of these different things. I couldn't do it because I knew that the Lord was with me and that he wasn't going to allow it. So what happened is when I got there and they was getting high, when it came my turn, the Lord said, I gotta get get in here. I'm gonna stop this. And when they did them lines and got up and went to the bathroom, and I said, it make you sick like that? And he said, that's when it's good. I said, I ain't gonna pay for no laxative. And I just got dressed and put my clothes on and I look cute. I ain't gonna do that. And they laughed at me. But that right there, that God allowed, that right there. Because at that moment, me and Raymond had done broke up. And I did not want to do it anymore. I just really didn't care. So that was always the case. So when my whole life, God kept me from people and situations that was meant to destroy my life. See, I had bad friends or friends who come from the life that I have. So I had told my mama, even when I went to jail, I don't know how I got prison time and everybody else didn't. And she said, that's because you knew better. You knew that that wasn't your life. You knew better. And so because that, I'm grateful that God sat me down for them 4 years. I thought at that time when I went to jail, the feds think that they tried to make me big now. They ain't got to try. I thought I was big in 2004. Had they not stopped me in 2004, I would have been seriously on the news or dead. Now let's tell you why. Let's go back to the woods. When in 2004, I had got on the run from the police. When I got on the run from the police in 2004, what happened is the feds was already involved, and that's because of those fake IDs that I had. And they were seeing what else was going on, and they had all of my friends under surveillance. So, and that's because they had federal situations going on. So that's why when everybody say, how you think the feds got into your life, who was you hanging with? I was hanging with people on Fed territory, but I wasn't on Fed territory so that I knew. See, I thought that I was not used to making friends like that. And I didn't know that having those IDs was federal. I thought that's the state, and it's not nothing because you ain't doing it. I thought it's what you do with the ID. Because they had told me having the ID ain't illegal. It's only if you present it. They lied. See, the devil is a liar, and he's the father thereof. And so since I had never heard of that before, didn't know nothing about that, even though my sister Sharon was a brilliant criminal for her time, I had never even seen her know nothing about no fake ID. I never heard about that at all. So even though I had them and knew the connection, I thought, well, they sell it in the mall. It can't be nothing bad to it. They sell it in the mall. I didn't think anything was wrong. Anything at all was wrong with it. They told me it's only a crime if you take novelty ID off the back of it. As long as you leave that on the back, it's not a crime for you to have it. I said, okay. So they told me how to take the novelty ID off the back, and that was that. So I'm on the run from the police. I am using Gwanda's name to my friends. If we ever get stopped by the police, you tell them what my name is. So everybody knew my name to the police. Everybody that I was with, everybody was on the run, this and that. So things got bad, out of control. When you on the run from the police, you don't have no friends. You don't have no friends because you can't trust nobody, especially if you got money. And so I didn't have the money that I could have had because I was spending money fast as I made it doing stupid stuff. Going to Atlanta with Trav, buying him new Jordans, going to get rings, going to get hotels, spending money in hotels, just leaving stuff everywhere, caring nothing about it because I'm not paying for it. So I don't care. I can go in the store. Before I went to jail, I took my children over to Trina House. I spent $1,000 on them in the store. Didn't care, bought whatever games they wanted, bought everybody clothes, stacked up groceries. I didn't have no thought for what I was doing because I didn't care. It wasn't my money. I wasn't working for it. I got it easy and I spent it easy. And I learned later in life that when you make money the wrong way, it don't last. It goes fast as you get it, and you don't ever see it. It's not like that. I don't care what anybody tell you, what crime they committing. If you committing crime and you got money, it ain't going to last. Something gonna tear up. Something you gonna need to pay for something. You're gonna fall behind on this. You're gonna fall behind on that. It ain't gonna never work right. You didn't get it honest, and the Lord ain't gonna bless you. So the money that I had, I already knew that. So I wasn't trying to save it. I'm not trying to buy no house. I ain't have it like that, but I had enough money to do what I wanted to do. I wasn't rich. I ain't never been rich. I wasn't making no serious money like that. But I had the means to, if me and my dude want to go out for the weekend, I can put my hand on a couple $1,000 for us to go out. Or I can make sure we got a nice rental car. Or I can make sure we got new outfits if we want to go out. I can do that. I could do that. I'm not moving no serious stuff around. But I got people that if I want to get some stuff done, I can make some stuff. I can make some shape and get us some money tonight, and we can go out and look good and flodge in the clubs. Because that's all I like to do. I like to go there and be the prettiest girl in the club. And my stomach wasn't that big back then, and so I used to go out, and my boobs was pretty, and my hair was always done, and I stayed in a fly car. And so when I pulled up, I was, I had a name, in that, but I wasn't out there in the streets like that. I was out there, but I wasn't out there that everybody knew me. They just knew of me. And she keep her hair done and she changed it, and she wears some bad clothes, and I stayed in heels, and I kept my nails and all of that stuff done. So when that happened, you don't have no friends. Because them friends is always threatening you. Give me this or I'm going to tell. Give me this or I'm going to call. Give me this or I'm going to tell. So even Wanda did that. That's how my children got in defects in 2004. Wanda called them. Wanda called them because I didn't give her $50. And that's why Trina got busted in her head with the bottle. They had that song, I beat that with a bottle. And so, see, that's why you don't supposed to listen to stuff. The Bible says don't fill your spirit with unclean stuff, because what is in the heart of a man will come out. And so that was in my heart. We had went to the club, and I with a bottle, and so that's all we used to play and listen to. So when the time came and I got mad, that spirit presented itself. So when I went over there and said, where Corey and Nico at? She said, me and your brother got into it, and this, that, and that. I ain't asked you about all that. Where my kids at? And I just gave you $1,000 today. Where my kids at? They done got high. They done took the money. They partying up. They doing this, that, and that, because she used to toot powder real bad. So I already knew they gonna party tonight. But at least my kids say they don't never. They little cousins. They gonna stay over there until I get out of prison. Until I get out of jail. Gonna turn myself in. I done called Pete Dindoshin, woo woo. I'm gonna go up there and turn myself in. I'm gonna get out, and I'm gonna go back and pick up my churn, and that's gonna be the end of the day. I'm gonna go out this weekend and make this $5,000 retainer that he said he needed, which I already had it. I wanted to go out. I wanted to make sure the trial was good, and I was borderline thinking, well, I ain't background. So I ain't gonna worry about the $5,000 that he said. I'm gonna take a chance with a public defender, and I'm gonna turn myself in and just use that $5,000 to get back out of jail. That junk did not happen that way. I went out, got stupid friends, went out that weekend, and ended up, once I hit Trina with the bottle, that was it. Went over there, asked her where the kids was. Corey and Nico were there. I didn't believe Gwanda. Me and Paula was getting ready to go out to the club. Gwanda said, I want $50 to go play bingo. I said, girl, I'm gonna go to the club. Ain't nobody gonna come all the way out there. I done been drinking, this, that, and the other. And me and Paula finna go out, and I'll bring it tomorrow. But you ain't supposed to have my kids, so I really ain't giving you nothing. So Gwanda said, don't bring it. I didn't take Gwanda the $50 because Gwanda wasn't supposed to have my children. I left my children with Trina. So when I went and me and Paula getting ready to go out, we finna walk out the door. Gwanda called back and said, bitch. That's exactly what she said. Bitch. That's why your kids in defects. Bitch. And hung up. I said, Paula. I called back. I said, Paula, what you just said? She put Corey Nico in defects. She said, she didn't know it. Your sister is full of shit. Let's go out to the club and get drunk. She's full of shit. Terry can kiss my ass for that shit she's doing. Paula didn't phase it at all. So it's me, Paula, and John now. And so I said, nah, Paula, she was serious though. I know her when she's serious, when she ain't playing. I said, hold on, I'm gonna call dispatch, Richmond County Dispatch. So I called. Yes, ma'am, my name is Crystal. I was Jackson then. I'm calling to see if you had a call out the 3434 Gerhardt Drive. Yes, ma'am, we did. You did? You had a call out there? Yes, ma'am, we did. Can you tell me the disposition of that call? Yes, ma'am, we took 2 kids into defects. Oh, that was the end of the story. Paula, click, let's go. We went over to Trina House on Rain Tree Drive. We got the Trina House, ring the doorbell. She come to the door, high as a kite. Where is my kids, girl? That girl said, that bottle was right there. I picked it up. That was it. I hit her with it. Hit her with the bottle. When I hit her with the bottle, she started bleeding. Paula said I picked up the grill, bust out the windows out her car. All that I was going in. Paula said, Crystal, let's go. Go get out of here. Wanda called the police. And because I guess, I don't know how, Wanda was the feds back then. But Wanda had already called the police because Wanda was scared that I was going to come around there and jump on her ass. So Wanda called in the process, and they're like, don't bring your motherfucking ass over here either because the police already on their way over here. So Wanda had already called because Wanda was borderline scared at that point. So the police came, me and Paula was gone. We passed the police going out. They coming, sirens on, Trina done called, Wanda done called, the police coming, and I can't go over to Wanda's house to see if the police still there. Paula said she wasn't going because she was drunk and she didn't want to get involved because she didn't know how much they was going to ask her. So Paula was like, let's just go home and wait till the morning. I'll go down there and see what's going on. The devil be always busy. So it was always my intent to go turn myself in that Monday. It didn't happen that way. Once that happened, they told me the warrants done went up. Yeah, the warrants done went up now. So ain't no need in coming down here trying to turn yourself in. Now you got more warrants for Trina. Oh Lord. Now the $5,000 now at the PD notion, I can't do nothing with it. But it's gonna be more money now. Oh man. Now I just gotta stay on the run. So I'll stay on the run. So I couldn't drive my car. anymore that my mama had gave me because they was after it. So I called myself gonna drive up there, me and Tramp, and go up there to Red Chevrolet and get another car. And I thought I was gonna put on another wig and go up there and get me another car and put it in a different name and go up there. Child, them people was on me because I was already under the feds. So that call off was like, yeah, hold on 1 second. They made me wait and wait just long enough till that repo man came up there and got Malibu. Got the white Malibu. Now me and him stuck waiting in Ren's, ain't got no way back. And he mad at me. We found the ride back. Somebody came and got us. Long story short, we went back. I hooked up with this girl named Trinicia Chisholm. That's how we get into the woods. This is where it's going to come into play. So I met the girl. She was Portia's cousin. These brothers' wife. The RV Hubert brother is Fernando. Portia was Fernando's wife. Her first cousin was Trini. Trini had 5 kids and was always broke and always going to do something with a nigga that she was with. So Trini had a house on Barton Chapel Road. I know she had no money, and she had a house, and she was always broke, and she was former military. So I said, Trini, I need some help, this and the other. I'll give you money for your kids. Same thing. We work in the same scenario. I'm going to give you some money. I'm going to go buy you some grocery. I'm going to do all of this stuff. I did everything that I said. In return, I need you to go get me a car. It's going to cost you $500. I'm going to give you the money. I'm going to stay outside. I need you to go get a car. I'm going to pick out the car that I want, and I want you to go in there and get it. You're going to get approved. All I need you to do is go get me a car. Trini said, all right. I paid Trini, did everything she asked me to do. Woo. We go to Red Chevrolet. I picks out the red Super Sport Monte Carlo. Brand new, 2004. Beautiful. Drive fast, smooth, all of that. Got the car. Get in the car. I'm ready to go. We all driving. And Trini comes up and say, all right, I need to go here and there. So on this the first day, I'm really not stressing it. I'm not don't complain. I'm going to take her around a little bit. That'll be wrong. So I went ahead and let her know when we had got back that night, okay, go out till after dark. You know what I'm saying? Where everything will calm down. And I really only just go from, my little circle or whatever. So she was like, okay. So that lasted for a good 3 or 4 days. I was making sure they had food, paying a little light bill, helping her this, that, and the other. Little small she asked me for. I'm doing whatever she say. I'm grateful that she got the car. Come on back around to, about a good 5 days into me having the car. Trini done talked to somebody and done grew a set of balls. And see, that's what people do when they know you on the run from the police, when they feel like you can't say nothing back. So she was like, I came over there, hey, Trini, just came to see what you was doing. I just decided, I got 5 kids in this house, and I'm not going to a car because I should not have done that and put my name on something, and I don't know, I don't get to have anything, and I thought I was going to be holding the car, and I just don't want to do this anymore, and I'm gonna call the police and get the car back. Music stop playing, turn off the music. Everybody stop dancing. What did you just say? You gonna do what? I'm gonna call the police and I just see what my rights are, and I'm just gonna get a car back. Trini, you're not getting the car back. I don't care nothing about you threatening me with no police. You're not getting the car back. This was a legal deal. You gave me the car. We got an agreement on it. That's the end of it. You're not getting the car back. Trini said. Because back then, see, the law is using what they got going on now for my behavior back then. I ain't care nothing about what Trini talking about. Trini, I already got police issues. I don't care nothing about what you talking about. I would take that car and run that shit into the damn tree. You're not getting the car back. Period. I don't care nothing about what you're saying. You're not getting the car back. So she turns around and she is like popping off. So I get in the car and I just ride off. So don't ask me how, but I just told you the devil is always busy. So guess who I met in the process of all of this stuff going on? I met this guy. I don't even know the guy's name. I just went to a car lot in Atlanta, somewhere on a road I ain't never been on. I was just riding. I think it was the car lot from April or May of 2025 when I was at Joe's house, because I kept wondering why. I knew that it had like a store front to it, and that's the same car lot that they made it look like that went, and the boy was like, we approve anything with a heartbeat. Nah, that was the same area. Same, it was a dark-skinned dude. It was a dark-skinned dude I met then. But we ain't gonna talk about 2005. I'm gonna go back to just what I'm talking about. So I went to a car lot and I met this dude, and he was like, I was like, look, let me just ask you something, because even then I had a gift that I could see the heart of somebody. And I said, you know somebody that I could get rid of this car because this girl is tripping. I told him the story. The dude was like, yeah, I got somebody for you. I can hook you up. The dude calls the guy. He said, you can meet him. He gave me the address. I went over there, stupid, met the dude. Me and the dude have a conversation. You can use your own imagination to that. The dude agreed. We agreed to the amount. And we got a deal. So this is where the plot came from today. So the dude says, I will take you to the place. This is what I want out the deal. This is how much money you need to have on you. So what happened is I go to the thing. I got the money that the dude said. I'm ready to go. I talked to a friend of mine. I talked to my baby daddy. I did all of this. They said, we don't think you should do that. Then my baby daddy was like, I'm going to go with you. I don't want you to go by yourself. And then his mama was like, no, I don't want you involved in that. So I said, I'm going to go anyway. I really didn't care at that point. So I said, I'm going to go anyway. So in the process of me getting ready to go, hold on, I've been doing all this talking in my video. They're going to cut my darn live off. I knew I should have watched my phone. So that means I got to put my phone, I play this all over again so it could be on, catch up my recording. Because when I be getting in the tub, they be doing all kind of stuff. That's why this one went off. So let me come back, play this over again, and then I'm gonna catch it up. So let me see. Darn, I gotta go. Let me get that. All right. So, I done caught my life up with what I'm saying, but one of these lives gotta go. And I think it's gonna be this one. So